Right. Hey, GTX, welcome back. Been a while. Oh, the setup is basically there. Bro, I'm so happy to have improved my fonts significantly. That's been the one thing I've been kind of unhappy at. What's up, Info? The second. It's so much cleaner now. Oh my god. OMG. Know I'm saying? Know I'm saying? Like now I'm Super Saiyan 5. Ooh, some of the stuff is a bit off. Not quite centered anymore. Yeah, looks like I need to update some of font positioning. But at least the glyphs themselves are way better. That color does suck though. That color does suck. That's cute. That is cute. Let's see, selected. Let's make this brighter. Yeah. That's fine. The only concern right now is that this takes a bit to generate. And this is just way too long. But good news, I can just bake it off. Just bake it off as part of the build step. I could try to improve it a little bit though. Also, today's the day when my game becomes my #1 most played game. Just a matter of waiting for the update number count to go through. And then it's Gucci. Actually, back to the selling fish joke, ain't that? What's up, man? What's up, man? Hey, did you know about German? The fact that they're a German? I got those jokes too, man. I got them. By the way, fun fact about SDF, this is not our color value map. This is a distance map. Distance to the nearest glyph thing. Indeed. I got another one for you, Mr. Axie. Did you know that success sucks ass? Now, that one I made when I was a teenager. That one is a long, old joke of mine. I don't think anybody else can make it. Okay. I don't know if I can just like attach it to the side, but I guess it's fine. I don't care. I don't care. What I do care. Oh, let me see. What I do care is that this is significantly better. Really, you don't support zooming. I guess I have to just do it like this to really zoom in. Yeah, it's gonna be kind of weird. You can see some of the blockiness up here versus the smoothness there. Especially here. Actually, I can do this. Back to my game. Oh no. Damn it. Yeah, I guess I didn't want to do this. Bro, I don't need this window. There you go. There you go. Although this, the way this scales is a bit weirdly. No. This magnifier does some kind of weird upscaling. It actually changes the way this thing looks, but whatever. Whatever. Is my shader still broken? Yeah, it is. I wonder how much faster I can make this at runtime. Because that'd be fine if I had to wait for like 1 second. I might be fine with that. But right now I just wait too much. Way too much. Which I think right now I'm actually generating 3 of these. 3 sets of atlases. What if I will lose any significant amount of quality? Which comes first? Let me see. Yeah, so on the left is my previous one. On the right is a new one. So this one is more blurry, but this is because it's zoomed in. Where this is more like that. So this zoom in is more like I mean, it probably distorts it to some degree depending how upscales this image, because the image is not actually that size. So it's more about comparing images from like far away, like the here and there. But really big difference is when you go to like smaller window to like 1K resolution. And then checking if the font is still readable or not. And how readable. This one's actually kind of weird looking. It's like kind of like up and down thing. That might have to do more with the outline size. It's like if I no, I don't like the way that looks. Generate, go, go, go. No, at 4K I'm definitely liking 113. Definitely like it that. Well, that said, being in 4K I'm pretty spoiled. It's tough to go anywhere lower. Alright, so first step. First step. For that, I was working on a new outfit yesterday. Which one is this? Some bikini thing? No. Top. That. Oh no, that's a different. Actually, yeah, it is the one. I learned yesterday with GPT how to render the stuff a little smarter. Oh, let's turn that on. Because now, yeah, now I have a back-facing thing here. Something I learned about Blender. That you can specify a different shader if it's a back face versus a front face. It's pretty clean. Not gonna lie, this visual thing is one of the actually useful things to have come out of scripting. Like, actually, low scripting is pointless, but this is alright. This is alright. Like, it actually comes with like built-in intelligence to some degree as opposed to nasty Lua. So disgusting. So anyway, so now I have at least back is gonna be darkened. Yeah, it's perfect. Good enough. Please save as. Moving top brow eye band. Yeah. Come forth, Photoshop. Come forth. Yeah. Export. Gucci. That little bit of a darkness on the back face really helps stand out for the one thing I did. Yeah. Excuse me? It is not bake. Command you to bake. Is it the wrong one? Dude, AI is such a freedom tool. It lets you be free from the nasty, pathetic, useless ass libraries on the GitHub and in this one. Wait, does not. Yeah, I think it's good now. Yeah, that little darkness looks so much better. I had one more new one. But with too many tops, it might take a while before it appears. I'll have to regenerate some of that Blender stuff. Some of them Blender things. Oh, yes. It looks so much better when it's like a dark to the back face. So much more interesting. Gives the idea of the depth to it. Well, this thing isn't quite square. Yeah, whatever. Whatever. A little sidetrack is over. Ooh, getting close to 2,000 reloads. All right. So, the whole point of SDF should be that you don't need to generate different bitmaps of different font sizes. So I should be able to scale fonts dynamically. Man, at 4K, the font looks so amazing. What the crap. What the crud. Alright, let the massive refactoring commence. First step. I need to cut the glyph generation by 2/3 by only generating GPU image once. Because right now I have different sizes for the same font, up to 3 sizes. Each one has a different bitmap and all that. So that's gonna end. That needs to end. It does come with a ton of information. A ton of information. Through that, I tried to, if I can just optimize at runtime, maybe it can be significantly optimized. I kind of doubt because there's so much to compute. It's stuff to compute per pixel. When did I compare how it runs an optimized build? Of course, for every glyph, for every pixel, I have to run up against like 200 to 300 line segments to compute in the distances. And that does get kind of high. Threading is too early. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, this one was fast. This one was really fast. So fast, in fact. Really? It is done on a thread. Do I print? Bum, 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 dum, 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 dum. No, it's nothing. The actual measures time. How many seconds is this gonna take? It's a question. Yeah, so this is about a second. An optimized build, it's almost reasonable. In debug though, we'll see how much it takes in debug. I can cut it on by 2/3, but it does require some refactoring. Yeah, but 4 seconds in debug, that's and this is on my CPU. Pum, 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 pum. But I can make it 1 second by just computing one of them. That's the computing one for each. Actually, before that. I want to see this character. Looks pretty good, honestly. Even though there's weirdness here. Alright, come forth, magnify. There was maybe like a little bit of a thing here and there. Just tiniest of a thing. Tiniest. But it seems fine. It seems fine. Wait, Dawson comes... Because this feels like it should be coming after, to be honest. Or just not say gold at all. No. Alright, be right back. All right, and back. I have only one of these. It's probably worth a try anyway. Problem is, all this data is specific to that image. Or maybe just a matter of performance and see what actually slow. Because this is a thing to measure. That is the thing to measure. I mean, it'd be nice to have a different one precise. Type functions. Or do I need to pull out Tracy? All three. Excuse me? Would you mind? Dude, why is this so slow? Oh wow, almost everything is in here. Interesting. Maybe some simple gotcha to take care of. So you're seeing most of the cost is in here. Distance squared. And that. Back. Alright, Tracy. It's time to get you out. All times. Almost fine. No, I'm fine. Although if there's an update. If there is an update, I wouldn't be entirely opposed to it. 13.1. No 12.2. Whatever. Optional LM integration. No, I'm good. I am good. It's fine. See this much. Ooh, I know what I can do. Stop. $50 milliseconds for some of them. Jesus Christ. Okay. That is sluggish. Alright. Is it what I use? Yes. Fine. Mm-hmm. So it's almost all computers DF. Good. Good. Now. Different pixels though. Just too many different pixels. Distance square 2. Yeah, it's pretty much all in distance square pluses on side. Side is kind of an expensive side, but distance square. Boy. Oh boy. That is expensive, ain't you? Aren't you? Okay. Recomputing per segment stuff. That's true. That's true. Yeah, that's true. It's a segment difference, right? Looks like it wants the length. Okay. Okay. Line segment. I shouldn't even need V. I guess I need it for dotting. For dotting. And then the square length looks like. What was that? What the hell was that? So what happens when you use the eye to write some code? Create some really slow ass code. Alright, so direction. So before this, I need to run over all segments. Right. That'll be this portion. Anything else? Anything else? I should probably get rid of those classes too, to be honest. But let's do this first. So do that. Good. From, yes. Let's see how much faster I can make this compared to 4 seconds on startup. Wait, this took even longer? What's up, Kale? Wow. They're gonna make us even slower. That's my question. Well, fine. Let's do this properly. Yesterday, so focused. Indeed. Indeed. Subtract B from A and store the net. Good. To my code. Okay, dot from other. Oh, right, it is returns of load, of course. Oh, of course. Did really adding tracy nodes that much screw it up that hard, huh? Made it that slower. I mean, all it does is computes that. What does the profile say, Mr. Telco? Profile currently says that the most expensive part is computing distance from a line segment to a point, and they compute if a point is inside the contours or not. Because this inside does get a bit involved. Not like super duper involved, but kind of there. But let me fire this up one more time. So an example, almost everything is inside computers DF, and then for computers DF on the lower thing, it's mostly distance squared 2 and occasionally is inside. But it's a lot of distance 2s, for sure. Plus whatever else it's doing. Yeah, so this might be the case where I really unwrap all the function calls pretty hard. Pretty hard. And avoid any kind of extra crap. Pretty cute little things are fine when it's not performance critical. Such as this. You know what? I need to, as cute as that is, I need to... Yeah, when you click compute, right. Although this one, it's only used here. The problem is it uses a bunch does a bunch of Java stuff. So really just gonna measure this. What's the return? Integer. In microseconds. Fair enough. Alright, as cute as Tracy, I also need to be able to do this. Right. And then I need to keep this somewhere. Let's go with this. I guess this actually may have slightly improved it, but still a bunch. I might actually need to compute the spatial grid full of segments to reduce the number of them I have to compute. Okay. That almost makes more sense to do. 60 milliseconds is pretty rough. Although obviously depends how many pixels there is really. And how many line segments are on. But okay. And those large characters. Okay. Okay. Got the baseline. Now let's see what I can do. Nope. The computation is nothing. Which means primarily here. Oh snap. I might actually need to pause the stream for a bit. I gotta pick up my car from the shop. But I'm curious, if I just... just unwrap this really hard. Will it make any difference? It does actually. In debug build, it does make a little bit of a difference. Is inside from to AB. You know, this all extra additional array access I'm not a fan of. Barely anything. Is left. It kind of sucks. I have to go through all the segments like that. I really will need to check some spatial stuff, but let's see what's a bigger portion, this part or this one actually. What does the profiler say? Let's see. Let us see. A 94W. Is that what I had before? Which character was I testing, actually? I guess I'll just stick with a W. It's kind of big. Incredibly slow. This is pretty minor. All right, any other ideas to optimize? What we'll get rid of is probably some construction of temporary vectors here, which could slow things down. Let's see. I mean, technically, since this is all this way, all this direction. Well, what is this? Yeah, it's only a couple percent. Could do some basic shit, but yeah, I need a spatial thing here. I need a spatial structure. This one is not all that big. I mean, that one, yeah, maybe. Maybe. I'll keep the one here, though. Oh yeah, that testing macro. It was a slog. Alright, so at least I know general. I don't need that anymore. If I can get down to like a 1 millisecond, that'd be awesome. which probably is an optimized build on my CPU, but can a debug build be even better? Even better. Hmm, 1.6 seconds total. 15 for W. Yeah. Layout. If A be lower bound, can't beat it optional. Yeah, I was thinking of that. Oh, if it can beat it. Hmm. And optimize builds. That was fast. Um, 300 millisecond on a Scifi ad. Yeah, that's amazing. That is amazing for sure. Yeah. 5x difference to debug build. Makes sense, makes sense. Be fair, at this point, Captain Lizard. Fonts. 0.6 seconds. Yeah, it's reasonable-ish for English alphabet anyway. Again, you could divide it in 3 by 3. But spatial structures might be more interesting. A spatial hash. For each segment computes bounding box. Language cell overlaps, push the index in all cells, makes sense. Query per pixel. Pixel cell, a net cell. Optionally check neighbors. Okay. When I return, I will do exactly that. But first, I need to go get my car. Alright, y'all, I'll be back for the next performance pass using spatial grids. It's pretty promising already. Alright, be back.